we're going to start seeing more and more commercial failures, and they're going to dwarf the subprime problem. There's a story worth reading in today's New York Times. Actually, it's an op-ed piece from a previous story. It's about the Goldman Sachs gang. They have, you know, they always tell us what brilliant, the most brilliant minds. We need to pay a lot of money to get the most brilliant minds in finance. Yeah, the most brilliant minds so they could pull off the most brilliant criminal schemes possible. Here's what they've done. You can't make this stuff up, but they did. They call it a synthetic collateralized debt obligation. A synthetic collateralized debt obligation? What does that mean? Oh, what it means is you invest with us and you're going to be guaranteed to get great returns. So they sucker you in, the Goldman Sachs gang, for you to invest with them. And meanwhile, they're shorting the position, knowing that it's going to fail. It's in black and white.
And again, you and many of other great guests we had said this a year ago. Now it's come out in the 5-part series, McClatchy newspapers, that Goldman Sachs engineered this whole thing to destroy their competition. Internally, they were betting against housing while telling all their sucker customers to invest in it.
That's right. It would be like you taking out an insurance policy with me, giving me the money, and then me killing you and then collecting on the policy. That's what they're doing. That's what these great minds that we have to pay all this money to bail them out and to keep them like we're doing with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac on Christmas Eve.
And, of course, it's not really just a bailout. They made money on the way up. This is just their profit on the way down. Go ahead.
Well, the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that they did on Christmas Eve. Now the government has guaranteed them unlimited funds to keep the housing scam going. You know, 9 out of 10 mortgages are backed by the government. And what did they do? They gave the CEOs of these companies, what, a $6 million salary? I mean, come on. But they do it on Christmas Eve when nobody's watching. So what we're looking for in 2010 is the collapse. And by the way, when we're looking at the collapse of 2010, we're also looking at the possible breakup of the European Monetary Union. So, for example, I spoke about Greece and Portugal and Ireland and Spain. Greece, for example, their budget deficit is 13% greater than their GDP. Under the Economic Monetary Union regulations, it can't exceed 3%. We're going to see one country after another unable to meet that fake number.
Which is what the EU was meant to do. Stay there, Gerald Celente. We'll be right back.
Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me.
We are back live, ladies and gentlemen, going back to Gerald Celente here in just a moment. I want to remind you we have some of the best deals on books, videos, Patriot apparel that is a great way to meet like-minded people out there. Available at Infowars.com. And your purchase of the books and videos also makes this radio/TV show possible. I want to thank all of you for your support. We have some deals running for just a few weeks more, the holiday specials from Christmas, where you can get Fall of the Republic and a free Don't Tread on Me or Obama Joker t-shirt. Have some other variants of those shirts up there on the site. You can still get 5 months free. We always do this in the month of December when signing up at prisonplanet.tv, where you can also watch the live/TV show, 15 cents a day, or get 5 months free right now at prisonplanet.tv. Also, some of the sponsors that make this radio show possible are the great folks at Ecuador Central. Ecuador Central believes we all have a duty to protect our families and our wealth. If you're considering a new life somewhere else or want a second home outside the U.S., or if you want an interest in a growing economy, EcuadorCentral.com can help you. Ecuador is a country with friendly people, good food, and great weather all year round, where you can live better for a lot less. Visit them at EcuadorCentral.com, spelled EcuadorCentral.com, At EcuadorCentral.com, you will find properties for sale or for rent, as well as free information that will help you get started now. So check out www.EcuadorCentral.com. That's spelled ECUADOR Central.com. Okay, going back to Gerald Celente of the TrendsResearch.com, the Trends Research Institute. And we are going over a bunch of different issues with him. He was talking about, and again, I got to hand it to Gerald. I remember him saying about 6 months ago, look at Europe perhaps breaking up. It's going to be so bad. And our government's going to have peaceful revolution. And, you know, it's over for them. And then, you know, by 2012. And then I started seeing mainstream news articles. I saw one last week saying Greece and others may go under, may bring down the European Union. My issue is the European Union wants them deep in debt, wants them under those controls. So I think they'll just refinance the deals with them. But continuing, Gerald Celente, with what you see happening on the economy, then domestically here.
As the economy goes down, we're going to start seeing, of course, nothing goes straight down or up or down. But we're still very bullish on gold prices. We believe gold 2000. What's happened is that as Greece and Eastern Europe has been going under, and of course, Sweden, Austria, the rest have been financing it. What they're doing is people are bailing out of the euro and then going into the dollar. Well, that's like jumping out of one sinking ship and then jumping into the other sinking ship. So temporarily, we're going to have it look as though the dollar's rebounding. But this is very important in putting all the pieces together. With a high probability of when terror strikes in 2010, go back to what they did in 2001. They closed down Wall Street. If you had certificates of deposit like I did and tried to get them out of the bank like I did, they wouldn't give them to me because Wall Street was closed and they said CDs are financial instruments traded on the street. Now, what they will do this time, because the economy is in much worse shape than back then, we believe they'll call a bank holiday. They'll close the banks. That also means that when they reopen, there's a very good probability that your money will be devalued. As you well know, Alex, what they did when FDR closed the banks, repatriated the gold. They had gold was they made them sell it back to the government at $20, $67 an ounce, and then they repegged it, what was it, $35 an ounce. So you lost 40% of your value. Your money was devalued. That's the kind of thing we fear now. A financial crisis is looming. Terrorism is in the wings. When it happens, they will close down the financial system. ATMs will close down. You will only be able to get a certain amount of money back, like they did in Argentina and other failing countries. And when you get your money back, it'll be worth a fraction of what it used to be worth. That's what we're concerned about.
And again, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, just to back you up, he said a month and a half ago when gold was at an all-time high of $1,200 plus, he said, look for the carry trade that's been reversed. Before it went to Asia, now it goes to America. Look for that to unwind in the new year, in December into January, and for a few months, the dollar's going to go up. Then it's going to dive down again, and that is coming to pass. Is that basically what you're saying, Gerald?
That's precisely it. And again, it's going to just a short-time readjustment. But the fact of the matter is, and this is the point, none of the currencies are worth the paper they're printed on. The European central banks have been flooding the marketplace with cheap money, and now they're starting to repatriate it. Here's the way the deal works. A commercial bank goes to the central bank, and they put up collateralized debt. And then the central banks loan them money on the collateral that they gave them. The collateral isn't worth anything. It's junk. It's toxic assets. It's Dubai value. So now, when they start repatriating, there's nothing there to repatriate in terms of unwinding their positions.